अगर सरकार हमारा असली मूल्य नहीं देगी किसी चीज का तो किसान तो खत्म हो जाएगा।
Such large stakeholders are involved in this process. A large number of farmers.
खेती का बिजनेस है ना हमारा तो कोई और काम नहीं है, हमने तो खेती ही करनी है ना।
Central government think because the states are not taking their initiatives.
Existing system has a number of flaws and agriculture market reforms seem to be indispensable.
अगर उसमें MSP का भी काम उन्होंने कर दिया,
Agriculture requires certain set of reforms, market-oriented reforms.
In the present arrangement, the real benefits are not reaching to the producers.
तो आज के दिन तो नहीं है मुझे लगता कि किसान का भला हो।
And if you talk about cooperative federalism, these are testing times. So obviously it will not be a fair play in the market.
किसानों की वोट लेने वाले जो वादे हैं अब नहीं चलेंगे।
कानून रद्द करो, रद्द करो, रद्द करो, काले कानून रद्द करो, रद्द करो।
तो किसानों की वोट लेने वाले जो वादे हैं अब नहीं चलेंगे, क्योंकि छोटा किसान भी जागरूक हो चुका है, क्योंकि उसको पता है कि मैं 5 एकड़ में मेरा खर्चा नहीं चलता।
Farmers are angry. They are on the streets to protest against the new farm laws.
पूरे भारत में किसान की हालत के ऊपर लोग धरने लगा रहे हैं, रेल रोको कर रहे हैं। ये क्यों हो रहा है?
6 महीने लग जाए, साल लग जाए, 10 साल लगने जारी रहने चलते रहेंगे।
आत्महत्या कर रहा है, खत्म हो रहा है। जिम्मेदार तंगी की वजह से कोई रहीश क्यों नहीं, कोई फैक्ट्री वाला क्यों नहीं मर जाता?
खेती का बिजनेस है ना हमारा तो कोई और काम नहीं है, हमने तो खेती ही करनी है ना।
They have big complaints not only against the laws but also the manner in which the government has brought these laws.
नहीं, अगर देखो मैं कोई चीज एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा हूँ ग्राउंड लेवल पे, तो उससे पहले मुझे जिसके लिए मैं कर रहा हूँ उसको अवेयर होना चाहिए, तो किसान तो अवेयर नहीं है।
They have many apprehensions regarding the laws and many believe that they are not in the interest of the farmers.
तो आज के दिन तो नहीं है मुझे लगता कि किसान का भला हो रहा है।
Also, the government has failed to generate trust with respect to continuity of MSP.
मेन धान और गेहूं की फसल के ऊपर जाएं तो उसमें इतने खर्चे होते हैं कि किसान को बचता ही कुछ नहीं। अगर उसमें MSP का भी काम उन्होंने कर दिया तो MSP में बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां तो अपनी मर्जी के हिसाब से ही फिर रेट देंगी उसको।
And many feel that they are absolutely against the interests of small farmers and even smacks of intentions to acquire their land.
बड़ी कंपनियां इन छोटे किसानों को ही टैप करेंगी। उनकी जमीनें अगर उन्होंने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के साथ उनकी जमीनें अगर ले ली तो वो किसान बिल्कुल ही खत्म हो जाएगा।
Hello everyone, a very warm welcome in this special session of print. Government has come out with 3 laws for agricultural sector. Farmers are not very happy with that. We have gone on the ground to find out the realities, done a lot of studies, research into this area, and now we have come out with a comprehensive series discussing various aspects of these farm laws. Ajay, why do you think central government had to come up with these laws?
We all know that we are under such a situation of pandemic, economy is under a kind of a slump. And under these situations, the government is trying to bring about and, it is trying to show an urgency as these reforms are required. And the manner in which the government has brought these laws is something beyond comprehension. Because such large stakeholders are involved in this process, the large number of farmers, without any such proper deliberations and discussions with the stakeholders or their inputs, these laws have been brought. Now, given that, at the same time, we should also look at from the side of the government also that why the government wants to bring these laws. Government, it has taken some important decisions in the past also related to agriculture. The central government think because the states are not taking their initiatives, and it feels that as if central government is not ready to explore all other avenues of how it can bring states on board.
I see.
That it has brought these laws.
Existing system has a number of flaws and agriculture market reforms seem to be indispensable.
तो अगर फूलों की खेती हो, मकई की खेती हो, किसी की भी खेती हो, बट उसका मंडीकरण अच्छे से होना चाहिए कि हाँ वो बिक जाए।
In the present arrangement, the real benefits are not reaching to the producers and farmers are dependent on aartis for their sale. Farmers are not able to get fair prices and often not even the MSP because of presence of aartis and large number of middlemen.
अगर सरकार हमारा असली मूल्य नहीं देगी किसी चीज का तो किसान तो खत्म हो जाएगा.
Also, the mandi system is immersed in corruption, and sale transactions are often falsely shown as sale at MSP even when they are not.
Okay, what according to you, what can be done in this regard?
Yeah, so overall, when we have made an assessment, we have studied all these laws, and we have also seen over the period of time, that what states had been doing. We feel that the central government, and because of the pressure which is being built up, all this movement is going on, and the farmers, I think it would be a very wise step, and that government should reconsider these laws. I'm not talking about reforms.
Okay.
Agriculture requires certain set of reforms, market-oriented reforms. They need to be brought in a particular way, which depends upon a number of different models.
Okay.
But then central government can, at this juncture, given the situation, can repeal these laws. And it should rather, I would not even say that it should reenact,
Okay.
which is being the stand of many political parties or other people. I would rather say that it should not come up with these. It should repeal the laws. Let the state come up with their legislations.
Okay. But it has been seen, it is the experience in the past that states are reluctant and hesitant to bring in reforms. Probably, maybe the center had brought these reforms because of that reason.
Yeah, states have been reluctant on various other issues. Also, we have seen there are differences between center and state, and it is very difficult to cajole the states and bring them on board. But at the same time, we have seen success stories as well.
Okay.
You know that in the agriculture sector itself, we have had the Model APMC Act drafted in 2003, and which was immediately implemented by many of the states by amending their APMC acts.
Okay.
And they brought in these market-oriented reforms.
Okay.
And then also we had a Contract Farming Model Act, which was introduced, and then some of the states were also open towards that as well. I believe that it is the responsibility of the center and state both. It is the responsibility of the leadership. And if you talk about cooperative federalism, these are testing times. I mean, the center should show the right kind of leadership, should create an environment in synergy with the states and bring them on board, generate a confidence, and ensure that such reforms are required. It is so important in this country to bring these reforms, and it will definitely be possible.
Okay.
And in that case, central government can act as a broker, as a facilitator for free reforms, can come up with a scheme of incentives for the states as well, in which, or maybe even disincentive.
Okay.
That party which is ruling in the center, it could ask its governments in the states
Okay.
to bring about those reforms and set some examples for other states to follow.
Okay.
I think this will create a very positive environment from different aspects, constitutionally also, in terms of federalism also, in terms of setting examples for future reforms also.
Okay.
We underestimate the political possibilities most of the time.
Are these reforms going to bring in regional disparities?
There may be apprehensions regarding this. Obviously, when the market forces are going to enter, and then we don't have the same kind of infrastructure, same level of development in different regions.
Okay.
So obviously the private sector, there would be a particular geographies which they would be interested in. If things are not, this is the reason why we were emphasizing, this the state should come up with different models of reforms.
Okay.
So different regions could have different types of models and different paces, different approaches towards bringing these reforms. So in that case, I feel that definitely there may be problem, because those areas which are already developed, they will get more investment from the private sector, and the farmers may be better off in those regions, will get further better off, and the backward regions are likely to be more marginalized unless we have some kind of regulations. And when you talk about these unregulated markets, it's so difficult in the unregulated markets to bring about these changes.
In areas where private sector participation will not be sufficient, as you are saying that there will be regional disparities because of the private parties' interest, the APMC would anyhow be available.
The APMC, it has been working, strongly only in certain pockets and regions.
Okay.
All of you know that how it is functioning in Punjab and Haryana.
Right.
There are many pockets, and in the backward area especially, APMCs, they are not working properly. They don't have infrastructure at many places.
Okay.
They are very weak institutions. then by the coming of the private sector, what will happen? In many places, many of the traders which earlier were doing their trade through the mandis and all, now these are the possibilities. See, we are not saying that this is going to happen this way. These are the apprehensions, and when these reforms are being brought, then we need to put up these questions so as to better understand. So what we are saying is that there may be an apprehension that the traders would be doing more of their trade in the unregulated market.
Okay.
This will further weaken the APMC.
Okay.
Now, once it gets weakened, now small and marginal farmers, or there may be a lot of farmers who are still doing their business through APMC.
Okay.
What will happen to their fate? Who's going to get the benefits? You see, there will be marginalizations, and if you get into this unregulated market, then these possibilities may be there.
Okay.
There is skepticism that introduction of unregulated markets may worsen situation for many small and marginal farmers.
कोई एक किसान, छोटा किसान वेस्ट बंगाल में अपनी जीरी कनक कुछ लेके जा नहीं सकता, क्योंकि नॉर्मल किसान को तो रास्ता ही नहीं पता कि कहाँ जाएगा, उसके पास ट्रांसपोर्टेशन नहीं है। किसान की रीच क्या है, कहीं 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 किलोमीटर है, इसके ज्यादा नहीं है। ये जो भी टाइम होता है ना कटाई का, बिजाई का, ये बहुत ना लिमिटेड टाइम होता है। अगर आप बोलो कि एक किसान राजस्थान या कहीं और जीरी कनक लेके जा रहा है, तो जितना टाइम ट्रैवलिंग में लग जाएगा, तो बाकी तो उसका काम ही खराब हो जाएगा वापस आके।
They will not have the advantage of utilizing market opportunities properly.
Are markets capable of bringing in fair opportunities for all the stakeholders?
I mean, this is well established, that markets, they have their own limitations. Whether you talk about fairness, competition, which is there, or you talk about the asymmetry of information and externalities, markets have their own limitations.
Okay.
And you see, in a country like India, where you have a large workforce, which is involved in agriculture. Okay. In a way, we can say that agriculture is overburdened.
Okay.
And because of which, what happens, there are large number of suppliers.
Okay.
Large number of suppliers, there may be few buyers,
Okay.
which may not be able to balance the situation. And in the large buyers also, there are small farmers, small farmers, there are different grades of farmers.
Okay.
Those will not be able to, all of them having different levels of information, all of them having different levels of awareness,
Yes.
connectivity.
Okay.
So obviously it will not be a fair play in the market.
Okay.
There will be problems.
Okay.
If it is not addressed, if you let it go completely unregulated and proper, though minimal regulation may be there, but some kind of regulatory design needs to be in place.
Okay.
Until unless that happens, the markets, it will not be able to function properly.